Dear students, in case of chapter number 3 called electric current, we already learned resistor, combination of resistor. In case of combination of resistor as well as by considering drift velocity, we learn numerical also. And the next part of this chapter is called cells. And under this concept called cells, we're going to discuss a few more important terms called EMF of a cell, internal resistance of a cell. Not only that, we have to think about combination of cells also. In case of cells also, we can think about two important type of combination of cell. One is called a series combination and the one is called a parallel combination. Before discussing series and parallel combination of cell, first we discuss what is the meaning of cell and what are the types of cell. Along with that, to study the cells, there are two important terms required that I already said. One is called EMF, electromotive force, and the one is called internal resistance that we discuss. And not only that, we are also going to discuss what should be the current drawn from the cell when a cell is connected to the external resistor. That also we are going to discuss in today's video. First we start with the cell. Everyone, you got an idea about the cell, correct? Now we are going to use a cell. Few are called rechargeable, few are called not rechargeable, and depending on that we can divide like a primary and a secondary. That cells are used for clock, it may be used for remote, or it may be used for most of the electronic devices, and that device is called cell. And again the cell somewhat looks like this. You already seen cell somewhat look like this. It is the diagrammatic representation of cell. You already seen. And again it containing electrolyte. And you already seen it containing metal plate at the bottom. It containing electrode inside. Along with that it containing electrolyte. You already heard about electrode and electrolyte in chemistry. Under electrochemistry topic, you already heard about that. Different kinds of cells you learn. And this one is a diagrammatic representation. You already heard about pencil cell, remote cells, like that. AAA or AAA, like that. Different namings are there. And again, you only heard about battery cells also. Now, these are the things we're going to discuss in today's class. And first we discuss what is the meaning of cell. Here, cell, it is a device used to convert chemical energy to electrical energy. Everyone listen clearly. Correct again input, dear student. Here, cell is a device used to convert chemical energy to electrical energy. I want to convert chemical energy to electrical energy, or chemical energy in the electric energy convert adaga. We can think about there will be a process, and depending on that chemical reaction, we can get the energy. That energy is converted as electrical energy. That's why cell is a device used to convert chemical energy to electrical energy, or chemical energy into electrical energy. It is the device for producing electric current. Remember, it is the device for producing electric current by chemical action. Chemical action by using electrode and electrolyte. We'll discuss in detail in the next part. Again, chemical action by using electrode and electrolyte is called electrochemical cell, or simply we call it as cell. Dear student, it is the device for producing electric current. I want to get the electric current by using which action? Chemical action. Chemical action by considering what I said, electrode and electrolyte. Electrode ಮತ್ತು electrolyte ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು we have to think about chemical action. A chemical action ಇಂದ we are going to produce the electric current, and that system we call it as electrochemical cell, or in a simpler way we call it as cell. Simpler way we call it as cell. Next we discuss two types of cells. What are the two types of cell mean? One is called primary cell, second one is called secondary cell. The primary cell is not possible to recharge, we can't recharge. Secondary cell we can recharge. That we discuss what are the application and how it works, that we discuss now. Primary cell is the first types of cell, or is also called electromotive cell, where chemical energy is converted into electrical energy as a result of an irreversible reaction. Keep that point in your mind. As a result of an irreversible reaction, directly in a primary cell, chemical energy is converted as electrical energy as a result of an irreversible reaction between constituents of the cell. Here, constituents constituents of cell is nothing but electrode and electrolytic solution. By using electrode and electrolytic solution, by considering irreversible reaction where chemical energy is converted as electrical energy. The primary cell where chemical energy is converted into electrical energy as a result of an irreversible reaction between the constituents is nothing but electrode and electrolytic solution of this cell. Such a cell cannot be recharged. Keep that point in your mind. These cells cannot be recharged. It's not possible to recharge. Such a type of cells are called primary cell. Example for primary cell is Voltaic cell we can take, or Lagrange cell we can take, or Daniell cell we can take. Lagrange cell or Voltaic cell or Daniell cell. These are the best example for primary cell. These cells cannot be recharged. These cells cannot be recharged. Once used, after that you have to throw it out. But it not possible to use it again. It cannot be recharged. That is the one of the drawback of primary cell. Here in a primary cell, chemical energy is directly converted to electrical energy as a result of irreversible reaction between the constituent of a cell like electrode and electrolyte. By using that, by using chemical irreversible reaction, chemical energy is converted as electrical energy. Example is Voltaic cell, Lagrange cell or Daniell cell. They are the best example for primary cell. And second important type of electrochemical cell or cell is secondary cell. Secondary cell, it going to convert electrical energy first stored up as the chemical energy. Keep that point in your mind. Electric energy is first stored up as the chemical energy during charging process. Here we have to do a charging process. By using charging process, electrical energy is stored. By using which energy? Chemical energy, which is converted back into electrical energy when current is drawn from it during discharge. As a result of irreversible chemical reaction, such a cell can be recharged. Remember, such a cell can be recharged. If we take a secondary cell, that secondary cell is connected to an external circuit. It is first charged. And during charging, chemical energy is stored. Chemical energy is stored during charging process. Due to that chemical energy is stored. When you are going to connect it to an external circuit, current is drawn from it. When it is connected to external circuit, current is drawn from it. Here chemical energy is converted as electrical energy. It is a process called discharge. Current drawn from this cell, process called discharge. During discharge, as a result of reversible chemical reaction, keep that point in your mind, reversible chemical reaction, such a cell can be recharged. It is reversible. Due to that reversible chemical reaction, these cells are rechargeable. Again, keep that point in your mind. If you take a cell, it is connected to external circuit or external energy source. By connecting to external energy source, this cell is get charged. Again, electrical energy is first. Here, by connecting the external battery or energy source, electrical energy is passed through it. Automatically, electric energy is first stored up as a chemical energy. Electrical energy is first stored up as a chemical energy. During which process? Charging. Here external source going to do a charging process here. Next important thing, which is converted back into electrical energy when current is drawn from it during discharge. The same cell, this one is a cell. Same cell connected to the external circuit. From this cell, current is drawn. Automatically current is drawn means we call it as discharging process. And again, converted back into electrical energy when current is drawn from it during discharge as a result of which process I said? Irreversible or reversible. It is the reversible. In case of primary cell I said irreversible, but here it is reversible chemical reaction. By using reversible chemical reaction, such a cell can be recharged. Again, example for that, lead accumulator, that cells are called acid cells. You may heard about about that. Second one, NiFe cells is also called alkali cell, is also called Edison cell. These two are the best example for secondary cell. These cells are rechargeable. We can do it charging again and again by using external energy source. By connecting, just imagine this pen is the secondary cell. It is connected to external energy source. First it undergo charging by using electrical energy. Electrical energy use ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು charge ಆಯಿತು. Automatically energy is stored by in the form of chemical energy. Automatically it is connected to one more external circuit. Automatically current is drawn from the cell. Automatically discharge ಆಯಿತು. During discharge process automatically chemical energy is converted as electrical energy. ಇಲ್ಲಿ chemical energy store ಆಗಿರೋದು external energy source ಇಂದ by using electrical energy. Again chemical energy is converted as electrical energy when it is connected to external circuits during discharge. There will be a charging process as well as discharging process. Again this cell works under reversible chemical reaction. Due to that such a cell can be recharged. Dear student, we learn the definition of cell. We learn two types of cell. One is called primary cell and the one is called secondary cell. Primary cell cannot be rechargeable. Secondary cell we can recharge. And one primary cell works under irreversible chemical reaction. Secondary cell works under reversible chemical reaction. These things we learn with a few examples. Again we learn cell, it converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Cell is the device, it converts chemical energy to electrical energy. There are two kinds, primary cell and secondary cell, that we already learn. And to study about cell, two terms are required, two important terms are required. That is, first term we call it as EMF. EMF indicates electromotive force. EMF indicates electromotive force. Second important term, internal resistance. Everyone you heard about meaning of resistance. Resistance is the term, it opposes the flow of charge. Here the word internal resistance, it's not external resistance, it's a internal resistance. That resistance present in a cell itself to oppose the flow of charge or to oppose the flow of current. Again these two are the term, are important terms, are used to required to study the nature of a cell or properties of a cell or behavior of a cell. First term is EMF, that we discuss in detail. EMF is nothing but electromotive force. And we discuss in detail about electromotive force. Electromotive forces ಬಗ್ಗೆ, especially EMF ಬಗ್ಗೆ we are going to discuss in detail. If I consider one system like this, imagine ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಒಂದು ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ electrolyte ಮತ್ತೆ electrode ಇದೆ. Just imagine this. I consider two electrode in a system like this. These two are the electrode. And along with that I provide electrolyte in that. This one represent the electrolyte or electrolytic solution like this. It is an electrolytic solution. I call in this beaker or system, it contains electrolyte. This one is the electrolyte or electrolytic solution, and these two are called electrode. These two are called electrode. One is positive electrode, we call it as, this one is positive terminal. It is also called positive electrode. And the second one is called negative terminal, is also called negative electrode. This positive electrode got a potential, I call it as V plus. Everyone heard about potential. Potential is nothing but work done per unit positive charge. It got a positive potential. We denote it as V plus because it's a positive terminal. It's also called positive electrode. Another one is the negative terminal, is also called a negative electrode. Potential in that negative electrode is V minus. And again remember, these two electrodes are dipped, are inserted in an electrolytic solution or in an electrolyte. Automatically in the system we can think about a chemical reaction. Charges start moving. One is moving towards cathode, one is moving towards anode. You heard about word called cathode and anode in a chemistry. And one is anionic particle or ion and the one is cation. And one is moving towards cathode, one is moving towards anode. Automatically there are two electrode, I already said. One is negative electrode and the one is positive electrode. In between positive and negative electrode there will be a potential difference. There will be a potential difference or energy difference or voltage difference. And again, these two electrodes are not connected to external circuit, that we call it as open. It is not connected, so it is called open circuit. It is called open circuit. And by considering this, we can think about the definition of EMF. EMF is the potential difference between the positive and negative electrode. EMF is the potential difference between the positive and negative electrodes of a cell when a cell is open. When a cell is open, in other words, no current drawn from this cell. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಗೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆರ್ ಅವರ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ರೊಟೇಟಿಂಗ್. ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಎರಡು ಸಹ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓಪನ್. It is kept open. If it is kept open or it is open circuited, automatically we can say that no current drawn from this cell. Cell in the current draw aglilla. By using this concept, we can say EMF is the potential difference. EMF is the potential difference between positive and negative electrode of a cell. Positive and negative electrode of a cell when a cell is open. ಯಾವಾಗ cell open circuit ಇದ್ದಾಗ, when a cell is open, in other words, no current drawn from this cell. Cell ಇಂದ current draw ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, no current drawn. ಯಾವಾಗ draw ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? When a cell is connected to external circuit. Same this positive and negative electrode connected to one simple bulb. ಒಂದು LED bulb ಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ bulb start glowing. ಯಾಕೆ ಗ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಇಂದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಆಗಿದೆ ಬಲ್ಬ್ ತನಕ. ಬಲ್ಬ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್. ಯಾವ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಪೊಟೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ. Automatically EMF is the potential difference between positive and negative electrode of a cell when a cell is open or no current drawn from this cell. Dear student, is one of the important definition for exam. They ask this question several times in annual exam. Define EMF. And EMF is defined as the potential difference between positive and negative electrode of a cell when a cell is open circuited or no current drawn from this cell. Automatically we can represent EMF of a cell like this. Is a representation of a EMF of a cell. And again EMF of a cell we can take it like V plus potential difference minus of V minus, because one is negative potential and the one is positive potential, one is negative terminal and the one is positive terminal. Automatically EMF we can denote it as V plus minus of minus V minus. This becomes EMF is equal to V plus V minus is a EMF of a cell when a circuit is open or cell is open circuit. Cell is open, is not connected to external circuit. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಓಪನ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ EMF ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ V plus V minus. One is positive potential and the one is negative potential. Dear student, in a simple way EMF is also we can define as EMF is nothing but work done per unit positive charge. Work done per unit positive charge, or in other words we can say EMF is the amount of work done required to move or required to bring unit positive charge from lower potential is nothing but negative potential to higher potential is nothing but positive potential. Remember, EMF is the amount of work done required to bring unit positive charge from lower potential. It is nothing but negative electrode to higher potential is nothing but positive electrode. That itself we call it as electromotive force. Is the amount of work done required to move unit positive charge from negative potential is nothing but lower potential to positive potential is nothing but higher potential. That's why we denote EMF is equal to dW divided by dQ, amount of work done per unit positive charge. This gives clear idea that dW is equal to E into dQ. We can denote EMF like this, E into dQ. In both the side, I divide dt. Automatically above equation becomes dW divided by dt is equal to E into dQ divided by dt. Both the side I divided dt. Here, dear student, everyone you know about that dW divided by dt is nothing but rate of doing work. Rate of doing work is called power. Rate of doing work is called power. Work done divided by time is called power. Also, EMF E as it is, dQ divided by dt is nothing but simple definition of electric current is nothing but rate of flow of charge. Rate of flow of charge is called what? Electric current. That we denote it as I, electric current. Again, this equation I got, P is equal to E into I, where P is the power delivered by the cell. Again, if I assume that if current is equal to 1 ampere, we call it as unit current. Automatically power is equal to EMF. Power is equal to EMF. That I can say EMF is the power delivered by a cell by maintaining unit current. We can say EMF is numerically equal to, it is not exactly, EMF is numerically equal to power delivered by the cell by maintaining unit current through the circuit. Remember, by maintaining unit current. EMF is numerically equal to power delivered by the cell by maintaining unit current. And dear student, I already told EMF is nothing but dW divided by dQ. Again, keep one point clearly in your mind. I can measure EMF. dW is nothing but work done measured by using unit called joule. dQ is a charge measured by using unit called coulomb. Here joule per coulomb itself is called, what is the name of that? Volt. You already learn under electric potential. That's why EMF one can measure by using a unit called volt. Unit used to measure EMF. Unit used to measure EMF is volt, denoted by letter capital V. EMF measured by using unit called volt. Dear student, to study the nature of a cell, there are two important terms are required. One term we already learned, that we call it as EMF, electromotive force. Second term is called internal resistance. Dear student, in a cell there will be two important systems. One is called electrode and the one is called electrolytic solution. And by using electrode and electrolytic solution, by using chemical reaction, it may be a reversible or irreversible reaction. By considering primary and a secondary cell, we're going to convert chemical energy to electrical energy. We learn chemical energy in the electrical energy convert agatta. To study that nature of a cell, the second important term required we call it as internal resistance. First we learn what is the meaning of internal resistance. The opposition offered to the flow of current by electrolyte of the cell is known as internal resistance. I repeat, opposition offered to the flow of current, opposition offered to the flow of current by electrolyte of the cell is known as internal resistance. In a simple way, internal resistance is the opposition offered by the cell itself. Opposition offered by the cell itself for the flow of current. Opposition offered by the cell itself for the flow of current is called internal resistance. Dear student, you're going to purchase any one battery cell from shop. Its value like 1.5 or 2.5 volt. ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಎನಿ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅದರ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಇ ಎಮ್ ಎಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ 1.5 or 2.5. It is that cell is used for a clock. Is it same 1.5 volt you are going to get? No. We will get the energy less than 1.5 or less than 2.5. ಯಾಕೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಸೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ oppose the flow of charge. That opposition offered by the cell itself because of electrolyte present in a cell is called internal resistance. That internal resistance is denoted by letter small r. Remember, internal resistance usually we denoted by small letter r, external resistor denoted by capital letter R. Here internal resistance small letter r depends on 5 important different factor. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಸ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಟು ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಸೆಲ್. ವಿಚ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಅ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಈ ತರ ಇದೆ. I already shown this diagram. It contains 2 electrode. One is positive electrode and the one is negative electrode like this. It containing solution we call it as which solution? Electrolytic solution like this, electrolytic solution. This one is a positive electrode, I denote it as P. This one is a negative electrode, I denote it as N. Again remember this, it got a potential V plus, it got a potential V minus. In between these two there will be potential difference between positive and negative electrode of a cell when a cell is open. That we call it as EMF. And again this presence of this electrolyte, automatically this electrolyte will opposes the flow of charge from lower potential to higher potential. ಈ electrolyte ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದನ್ನು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗೋದನ್ನು ಅಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪೋಸರ್? electrolyte. Opposition offered by the cell itself for the flow of charge because of this electrolyte. That's why I said the opposition offered to the flow of current by the electrolyte of the cell is known as internal resistance. That internal resistance depending on a 5 factor. First factor, it is inversely proportional to area. Which area? Area of the plates in the cell. These two are the plates, positive and negative electrode. These are the positive negative electrode plates. This area of the plate is bigger, automatically internal resistance is smaller. Internal resistance inversely proportional to area of the plates in the cell. Second important thing, internal resistance is directly proportional to D. D is nothing but distance between the plates. Distance between the plates also plays important role. Area of the plates also plays important role. If area is bigger, internal resistance is smaller. Distance between the plate is bigger, internal resistance is also bigger. If 2 plates, electrodes are very close to each other, automatically D is very small, internal resistance is also small. Third important thing, internal resistance R is inversely proportional to temperature of electrolyte. This electrolyte is going to changes with the temperature. Nature going to changes with the temperature. One well temperature change ಆದಾಗ electrolyte na nature change ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. If temperature is more, internal resistance is less. Automatically depending on a temperature of electrolyte. And fourth important thing, internal resistance directly proportional to C. C is nothing but concentration of electrolyte. You already know we can change the concentration by adding different solvents or solution. By considering that we can change the concentration. And concentration of electrolyte also plays important role. Internal resistance directly proportional to concentration. And last important thing, fifth one, internal resistance is also depending on nature of electrolyte. Different electrolyte, different internal resistance. Internal resistance is different for different electrolytic solution or electrolyte. And in simpler way, internal resistance is the opposition offered by the cell itself for the flow of charge or current. is called internal resistance. Remember, here I consider cell is open. Electrolytes are not connected to external circuit. Automatically, whatever potential difference between these two positive and negative electrode, that itself we call it as what? EMF. If there is no current drawn, if there is open circuit, automatically we can call it as EMF. Illinda illige charge flow agudanna, because of potential difference there will be a flow of charge takes place. That internal resistance is provided by the electrolyte when a circuit is connected to external system or cell is connected to external system. And these two are the important factor. Keep that point in your mind. For exam also, they're going to ask definition of internal resistance. Mainly it is required for exam for 1 marks. Both EMF and internal resistance important question for exam. Remember, these two are the two important terms used to study the nature or property or characteristic of cell. Dear student, in our next class we are going to discuss how we can get what is the expression for current, how we can get the current when a cell or electrolytes are connected to external resistor, and we are going to discuss what should be the main current or current drawn from this cell in a simpler circuit. And after that we are going to discuss combination of cell. It is called series combination and parallel combination. Those things we are going to discuss in next video. Thank you.